Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, feel a wonderful sense of release, as in that outward breath, any feelings of stress or tension feel like it's leaving your body as you exhale. Breathing in a feeling of calm, resourceful relaxation, and feeling a sense of increased relaxation every time you breathe out. I want you to scan your body for any clues of tension, perhaps around your forehead, around your eyelids, around your jaw, neck or shoulders. And just imagine, as you breathe in, you're breathing in a warmth, a warm, resourceful sensation that is melting away that tension. And as you exhale, feel a wonderful sense that diffused, dissipated, melted tension can now detach and leave your body as you breathe out. That's it. Feel that release. And I want you to get a sense that your unconscious likes to feel good. Your unconscious doesn't like to be stressed or worried or anxious. Your unconscious mind is at its best when it feels safe, when it feels at ease, when it feels happy. So I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine flicking through the pages of a children's book. And I want you to imagine that this is a children's book about Scotland. Each page has a different part of Scotland. The cities, the highlands, and the coastline. And I want you to imagine flicking through the pages until you imagine seeing a picture or a sketch of a rugged coastline with cliffs and abandoned beaches. And when you find a page with a picture of a cliff and a beach that seems to resonate with you, just let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And just like Mary Poppins was able to jump into a picture and enter a new reality, or Alice in Wonderland was able to walk through a looking glass into a new reality, I want you to imagine stepping into the picture of that rugged coastline and finding yourself there, looking out over the ocean and an abandoned beach on the cliff top. But I want you to imagine doing this on a sunny day, blue skies, a gentle breeze, a calm sea, but still see the beauty of miles of ocean and the solitude and tranquility of an abandoned beach. I want you to imagine that there is a winding path that leads from the cliff top down to the abandoned beach. As I count downwards from 10 to 1, I want you to imagine walking down that path, deeper down until you arrive at the abandoned beach. Each descending number enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed, but also that you're going deeper into your subconscious mind to a place where a belief can change, values can change their hierarchy, and new ideas can be planted like seeds in a fertile garden, giving you new strategies to deal with present challenges that could turn into the very things that would lead to a more desirable future. So find the beginning of that winding path down to the abandoned beach. And then 10. Just imagine all those muscles in your face relaxing as you take those first few steps down the pathway. 9. Breathing in a deep, resourceful breath. Feeling more and more relaxed as you continue to walk down the path, releasing tension in your outward breath. 8. Releasing any tension around your jaw, your mouth. And then 7, as you breathe in, just imagine releasing all the tension connected to anything connected to breath. Everything from your nostrils down into your windpipe, tiny muscles around your ribs all the way down into your diaphragm. Just release any and all tension, enabling you to breathe deeper and deeper as you continue to walk down that winding path. 6, just feel that your arms all the way down to your fingertips are feeling limp, loose and heavy. That's it. And then 5, as you breathe in, neck and shoulders releasing any tension, feeling a desire to yawn. As 4, you imagine all of your internal organs relaxing, heart, lungs, stomach. That's it, all the way down into your gut. 3, continuing to walk down that winding pathway, getting closer to the beach. Legs feeling now limp, loose and heavy as 3 becomes 2, all the way down into your toes. 2 becomes 1, and then feel that you're putting a foot on the abandoned beach. And find a place on that abandoned beach with the perfect view of the Scottish seas. And as you breathe in deeper and more relaxed, feel that the waves of the seas are getting lower and more calm. I want you to imagine there's a comfortable chair there on that abandoned beach looking out to the sea. Make yourself comfortable as you start to feel that a belief is changing. In the past, you believed that your self-worth was connected to how important other people perceived you. Some people call it a false equivalency. That if someone treats you as less important, then it means that you must be less important. I want you to get a sense that deep down you know that that's not true. I want you to imagine a story of a world-class musician, highly regarded, performing in the best venues on the planet. And if they decided to, just for a day, become a busker on a street or a subway, their talent, their value doesn't diminish just because people walk past them or throw low-value coins into a bucket. Their value doesn't change based on the perception of other people. So find yourself updating a belief that your value is innate. You are valuable, you are worthy. You are the number one person in your life. Not through a selfish desire of self-importance, but to believe that you are number one in your life, because everything in your life only exists while you exist. Breathe in and breathe out as you acknowledge the idea that you can't pour from an empty cup. That if you consider yourself of infinite value, of infinite self-worth, then you have more of that value and worth to share with other people. But if you feel less important, everyone loses, including you. If you feel less worthy, that will influence your behavior, your tolerance of what you will accept. If your unconscious mind is willing to accept that you are the most important person in your life, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. So allow that seed to be planted deep, displacing any previous idea that your worth is a reflection of how other people treat you. As you breathe in and breathe out, feel your confidence, your self-esteem growing. You are inherently valuable, and your self-worth is independent of how others treat you. And if someone treats you as less important, just remember that that is a reflection of their character, their values, or their emotions at that point in time, not yours. You are deserving of respect and kindness, regardless of anyone else's behavior. Because your self-esteem is rooted in your own beliefs about yourself, not in the opinions or actions of others. Because you have the power to define your own worth. And that worth is not determined by external validation. As you realize that you can feel confident and empowered to express your wants and needs in any situation. I want you to get a sense then, every now and then, it's important to have conversations that are difficult but important. And having those crucial conversations allows you to articulate your desires, but also to understand the needs of others clearly. I want you to feel that the only permission you need to have a difficult conversation is your own. Release yourself from the fear of other people's responses as you treat that as reconnaissance. You learn from the conversation, but you also learn from the reactions from that conversation. And sometimes you could explore hypothetical scenarios to feel and understand how other people would respond in a situation that is far away from the present moment. Because the more you understand the values and the beliefs of others, the more you will reflect on your own values and beliefs, including the values and beliefs that link to your own self-worth. Feel that you can have honest communication, because how can you expect honesty if you're not being honest with your own wants and needs, to articulate what it would take to make you feel important, to make you feel desired and valuable. You are empowered to communicate boundaries, to articulate them clearly to others. And in doing so, you are making the game winnable. And that game is having a strong relationship with you. And whether that's a family member, a friend, or a partner, the more clearly you communicate, the easier you are making it for those important people in your life. You can confidently express your thoughts and feelings, knowing that they are valid and important. As you consider a boundary just as important as a cliff face, that without the cliff, the sea would erode into the fields and lands, but with the cliff, the sea can't go any further. As you feel empowered to make your boundaries as strong as a cliff face, and you have the strength to seek clarity and resolutions in all of your interactions. Because without that clarity and resolutions, the cliff will erode, and you have no desire for your cliff to erode, because your sense of self-worth is infinite, like a deep wellspring that others cannot deplete. You are empowered to create and maintain healthy, respectful relationships based on mutual appreciation, and to acknowledge that anything other than a win-win relationship is not a win-lose relationship. It is a lose-lose relationship. You are only interested in those relationships that are mutually beneficial, because anything other than a mutually beneficial relationship is no longer a desirable relationship for you. And if your unconscious mind feels that you are empowering your boundaries to be as strong as a cliff, let me know by nodding your head. And I want you to get a sense that the more that you understand the sea and anything that can erode your cliff face, the stronger your boundaries can become. As you now imagine leaving that comfortable chair there on the abandoned beach and find yourself walking up that winding path to the cliff tops, seeing the calm seas and the abandoned beach from above. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose, and feel that rather than being on the cliff top, you're now in a children's book and jumping off the page, so you're now holding the book. Imagine placing the book down and returning to your present moment, exactly as you are right now, listening to my voice. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling confident, full of self-worth, with strong, healthy boundaries, and the confidence to have those important conversations when needed. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.